What is good, everybody? We are back with another NBA 2K Lab badge test, and in this video we're going to cover one of the best, if not the best, defensive badge in the game, and that is Interceptor. Kind of has a mind of its own where if you equip it and you're in decent positioning, you can literally get passing lane steals without pressing any of the buttons. So we ran the numbers on this badge and they look really good, but before we get into that, guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And without further ado, let's get right into that video. To test Interceptor, we went to Blacktop and attempted 200 passing lane steals at each badge level, and on the screen now is actual test footage. We did this at a minimum and a maximum wingspan just to confirm that once again, longer arms led to more steals. For this test, we used a player with an 80 steal and an 80 pass accuracy rating, and no bullet passer was used. Now let's take a look at the results. On the screen, you can see the graph for max wingspan steals. The blue line represents steals where the defender caught the ball in the passing lane. The red line shows the percentage of times the ball was tipped, so anytime the ball was tipped, we counted it regardless of whether it resulted in a steal or not. In a game, creating a tip leads to a 50-50 ball where a lot of luck with positioning comes into play, so we just counted all these the same as tips. So finally, the green line shows the missed steal attempts, and this group includes animations such as lazily turning sideways, sticking your arm out, whiffing, as well as the animation that pulls you way out of position, and lastly the steal attempts where you just flat out miss the ball in mid-air. But looking at this chart, you can see the green line plummet as the badge level goes up to the point where if you have the badge and you're in the passing lane and you time the steal button correctly, there's about a 90% chance you're going to make some kind of contact with the ball. Interceptor is just that good on next gen. Now here's the same graph but for minimum wingspan. It's pretty similar, but almost 1 in 4 passes was still missed with minimum wingspan. And when creating a player, for every tick of wingspan you add, you're losing 1 shooting badge, but the trade-off for that is obviously an improved ability to play defense, and getting passing lane steals is the place where you'll feel that impact the most. Now for our next and last chart, we show how maximum versus minimum wingspan stack up for passing lane steals at each badge level. Now having a maximum wingspan led to roughly 15 to 20% more positive outcomes. However, regardless of wingspan, if you find yourself mostly tipping the ball out of bounds, you should definitely try increasing your Interceptor badge level if you haven't already. And if that's not working, you'll probably have to adjust your timing and or positioning. Now the final thing worth noting with this badge on next gen is that it has kind of a mind of its own, like I mentioned before. Now this badge will take over and get passing lane steals from time to time without you having to press any buttons. This badge definitely has the ability to make you look like you know what you're doing on defense. Now I played 5 games with the lab crew, and these are the clips we got. Of the 9 Interceptor instances that we got within those 5 games, whether it be a steal or a tip, more than half of those were caused by just the game alone without pressing any buttons. Now that's how good this badge is on next gen. So if you're wondering if you need this badge, the above testing was on next gen, and it's possibly the best defensive badge in the game. And with steals being such a massive momentum swing in games, this badge is the best way to generate those. This is of course an S tier badge, no question, and you should take it on as high of a level as possible. On current gen though, this badge doesn't have nearly the same impact, and we recommend taking badges like Intimidator and Clamps over that one. Now that is all we got for the Interceptor badge. I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the way out. It's Spellboy, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Later.